Hey everybody, hope y'all are doing well tonight. Um, just wanted to get on here and let y'all know that I've survived another day. Just taking on my day at a time. Sometimes not even that much, but at least a day at a time sometimes. So I did survive it, and only a few more hours left in this day. It's been a week today since the funeral. And it has definitely been a different week than last week. And a lot of people had told me that have gone through this, as that I'm going through right now, that the week of the funeral is, I mean, it's a rough week, but the week after sometimes is worse because everything is settled down. People have gone back to their jobs and things of that nature, and you go home and you have to deal with the fact that your spouse is no longer there. And that is a true situation. Last week I spent the majority of my days at my mom and dad's house during the week. And of course, we had company every day, and people coming over and calling and checking on us and stuff like that. And I've had people calling and checking on me this week and texting me and things of that nature. But as far as the company and stuff like that, that and the people were right that told me that everybody has to go back to their jobs and things like that, and I fully understand that. So it does make it different the week after, and it's been a difficult week at times. Definitely, I experience an overall feeling of sadness pretty much, all day long, which I know is totally understandable, and I would be concerned if I wasn't sad. But it's just not a good feeling to always have that, like a dark cloud hanging over you, because, as much as you're trying to get on with life and get a little bit of a semblance of normalcy back, there's still that cloud hanging over you that reminds you that nothing is ever going to be the same normal again, at least the normal that I knew. This is going to be a different normal now that I'm having to adjust to, and I don't like it. And I've told y'all that before, and so that's not a surprise. I don't like it in the least little bit, and it's just so crazy how the least little thing can remind you of that person. Just watching a TV show that maybe I've seen 1,000 times, but all of a sudden now I notice, something in it that reminds me of Robert, or, I hear a song, or I think of something funny that I wish I could tell him, or it's just on and on and on, the things that remind me of him. And of course I'm surrounded by him here at home, and Dallas makes me think about him, and I go outside and I see the truck sitting there, and of course that makes me think about him. And it's just, no matter where I go, I think about him, and I know that's normal too. But it's just, this is just something I just never, ever, ever experienced before. I mean, I've experienced loss, my grandparents, and like I said, I've lost some aunts and some uncles, things like that. And we lost Robert's dad several years ago, and that was really a hard time. It really was, and that's something that Robert really never did get over. But this is something that I've just totally never experienced before, and it's just, and there's still part of me, even though it's been, well, this weekend will be 2 weeks since he's been gone. I think that's right. Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah, because he died on August the 23rd, or August the 22nd, I'm sorry, real early that morning. So it'll be 2 weeks this coming weekend. And it just doesn't seem possible that he's already been gone that long. And yet then again, it seems like he's been gone a lot longer than that. And it's just the weirdest thing. It's like I'm walking through life half asleep or something. And I really don't even know how to properly explain it. But I do know that I'm walking through it. I'm not sitting down in it, or like I said last night, wallowing in it, which would be easy to do. And I have done that a little, but then I get back up and keep walking on. I do know this is something that I can get through with God's help, and I do know that He is helping me, because if He wasn't, I wouldn't be able to get through this at all. I know that. because this has been the hardest, most difficult journey I have ever went on before. This has been the saddest, the loneliest, the I don't know. It's just, and I say this, I think, every night when I get with y'all. It's like I feel like I'm not properly communicating to you how I really feel inside. And I do this because I'm sure there's going to be someone down the road that maybe hopefully will benefit from my story and mine and Robert's story. And there's people now that can benefit from it. Maybe you haven't lost anyone, but maybe there's something else going on. And you're at this, just kind of in this valley that you're walking through, and it just feels so dark and deserted and lonely. And I want you to know that I'm making it, and I'm gonna be okay. And I know it's gonna take time, but I'm gonna be okay. And I know that you can make it too and be okay. There's definitely no timeline to grief, and I've heard that all my life, and that is so true. There's some days that I do better than other days. I know Tuesday was a rough day. Yesterday was a rough day. I've done better today. I still am completely devastated on the inside, and I'm still so sad. And the least little thing still will make me cry, because I just miss him so much. And I tell myself every night when I get on here, I'm not going to cry anymore. But anyway, despite how I feel on the inside, and despite how everything else is just going on normally, like nothing ever happened. And it's like, I guess the best way to describe it, it's like my world from my perspective has stopped. It's like time has stood still, but the world from everybody else's perspective has kept going. So it's like, I know I'm supposed to be moving, and I'm supposed to be, making strides and all of that, and getting back to normal and all these kind of things. At the same time, it's just something I can't do right now, and I know it's just going to take time. And it's just so hard. And I have plenty of people reaching out to me. It's not that. I do. People are checking on me all the time. All times of the day, and I appreciate that so much. But this is just something I've just got to get through myself, with God's help. And I'm thankful for the ones that He sends to encourage me and to check on me and things of that nature. But at the same time, this is something I've just got to get with God on my own and try to get through this. This is really the first time I've cried today. I got a little teary-eyed earlier, but this is really the first tears I've shed today. But it's just, like I said, I can't really put it into words. But that's the best I can explain it. It's like time has stood still for me, but it's still going for everybody else. And I've got to try to it's like I'm scrambling to try to keep up with everything, with everybody. I still have phone calls I have to make to notify our creditors. He got another, he had a bill that was in his name I had forgotten all about. And then we got the bill today in the mail. And I'm like, well, that's somebody else I have to call. And it's like every time I have to make that phone call and say, this is Robert Waldo's wife. I'm sorry to tell you that he passed away on August 22nd. It's just like another, dagger just going in my chest, because I have to keep repeating it over and over, and it just makes it more real. And I know it's real because I know he's not here. But just having to say it over and over and having to relive it in my head. Because that's what I keep doing, is I keep reliving it. And I keep thinking, why couldn't this have turned out differently? And I'm not blaming God. No, please don't think I'm doing that. I'm not blaming Robert. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just, the human side of us. We're just like, why couldn't it have been different? Why couldn't, this had been caught, or why couldn't it not have happened at all? It wasn't like he was sick for a year or whatever, and then just progressively got worse. I mean, this hit him fast. I mean, he had been having problems several months before this, but nothing to the point of we thought this was something life-threatening. And then when it hit him so hard. And within a month, y'all, a month, he was gone. A month. I mean, how is that even possible? And life as I know it will never, ever be the same. And, and I know I have to move on. But, y'all, it's only been a couple of weeks. And I think, considering what I've been through, I think I'm doing pretty good. I'm planning on going back to work next week. I know that'll help me occupy my mind some. And, of course, I went back to church last Sunday. I went Wednesday night. That helps me as well. I go over to my parents anytime I feel like it, and that helps as well. I have people calling me or texting me, and that helps too. I take Dallas outside for walks. That helps. But it's just knowing that I can't just holler out, holler out his name and hear his voice answer me back, because he's not here. I mean, that's 26 years is a long time. I know there are a lot of y'all out there that's been married twice as long or longer than I have, or that I had been. But still, that's a long time, to be with one person. And then to not have any kids, it was just us. And, just the fact that he's not here to answer me anymore. But considering, I think I'm doing pretty good, I guess I'm not wallowing in it, not all the time anyway. And it's just been a couple weeks, and I know I've got to give myself time, but it's like part of me wants time to hurry up, because I want to get to feeling better. But then the other part of me is like, time slow down, and that doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. Why would I want time to slow down? I don't even know why I have that thought, but it's like part of me is battling against the other part of me, because I want things to hurry up, but yet at the same time, if things hurry up, that's just going to get Thanksgiving here faster and Christmas here faster, and that's going to be hard, because it'll be the first one without him here, and he always loved smoking turkeys and stuff on the grill and at Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then he won't be here to do that, and so everything is still going to be different. No matter how much time passes by, no matter how fast it passes by, nothing is still not going to be the same. We'll still get together with family and things of that nature, but he won't be there. And the preparations and all that for the holidays and the Christmas shopping and all that, he won't be there. And I don't want anyone to think I'm feeling sorry for myself, because I'm not. At least I don't think I am. I'm just assuming this is all part of the grieving process. And like I said last night, I've dreamed about him every night, which that's fine. I don't mind dreaming about him. But man, I miss him so bad. And for those of you out there that's lost someone special like that, I'm so sorry that you've ever felt this way. I really am. I had no idea the depths of grief, how deep it could go. I mean, I've experienced it before, but not to this level. So anyone out there that's struggling with this, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. And if you'll just let me know, I'll pray with you. If you want to just inbox me your name, I can add you to my prayer list. There's some of you I already pray for, because I know your stories. But anyway, I guess that's my therapy session for tonight. But my mindset has been better today, even though I just got on here and blubbered in front of y'all. My mindset has been better today, just because of the fact I can separate in my mind the fact that I know this is a struggle, but I know at the same time it's something that I'm going to walk through with the Lord by my side, and I'm going to walk through it victoriously because, God is for me. He's not against me, and he cares about me, and he loves me, and he sent people my way and family my way to help me through this. So I know it's something I'm gonna make it through, y'all. I promise I am. I just know it's gonna take time. And right now time is not my friend at all. Anyway, that's the best I can explain it, and I feel like I just made a horrible mess of this whole conversation I've been giving you for the past however many minutes I've been on here now. I don't even know. I thought I had a timer on here, but I guess I don't. But I just know that I'm a Christian. I know that God loves me. I know my husband was a Christian, so I know where he's at. I know who he's with. And I know I'll get to see him again one day. I just don't know when and how soon that'll be. The Lord could come back tonight. He could come back next month, or it might be years from now. I don't think it'll be that long, but none of us know for sure. So my goal is just to continue one day at a time. Try not to think about next week or try not to think about tomorrow. Just try to focus on right now and the fact that I'm still healthy and I'm still blessed and I'm still favored of God. I'm still a child of God. I'm still his daughter. I still have so many things that I'm so thankful for. This could have been a lot worse, and it could have, and you ask, well, you've lost your husband, how could it be any worse? Oh, things could always be worse, and I'm thankful that they're not. I'm thankful that despite all this, despite this heartache, and this sadness that I feel, that it's not worse than what it is, and I'm thankful for that. And I'm still thankful for the 26 years that we did have, and I don't regret it. And if you had told me going into this, that 26 years down the road this would have happened, I would have still done it because I loved him, and he loved me, and God put us together, and we saw a lot of good things happen in our marriage, and we had a lot of blessings that God bestowed upon us. There was a lot of prayers that God answered for us. There was a lot of mountains that God moved for us. There was a lot of things that God walked through with us. We survived losing our home. Several years ago, we survived losing a car. We survived losing loved ones. We've survived losing jobs. All those things that sometimes destroy relationships. It could have destroyed us, and it didn't. It could have destroyed our relationship with God, but it didn't. So despite all this, despite all the tears and the sadness and the heaviness I feel on the inside, I'm still blessed. I'm still determined to make it, because I'm going to make it. I mean, I know I am. With y'all's help, with God's help, I know I'm going to be okay. And I'm going to have to remind myself of that a lot. I have to really mentally give myself talking to a lot now. And not in a crazy, oh my goodness, bless her heart way, but in a, I've got to encourage myself sometime way, because sometimes you have to give your own self a talking to in the head, in your mind, because, as well as my mom knows me and my dad knows me and other family members know me, as well as my good close friends know me, nobody knows me like I know myself and like God knows me. So there's going to be sometimes I'm going to just have to give myself a talking to and say, now look, that's enough of this. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to be sad, because that's normal. You've suffered a great loss. But at the same time, you're going to have to get up and keep walking through this. Stay in your Bible. Stay in your prayer time. Keep doing what God wants you to do. And sometimes I just got to do that. And I've done that some today. I've told myself, look, this is a season of life that I'm having to walk through for some reason, and I'm going to walk through it. I'm going to get through it on the other side. And I know it's not going to be easy, and it's not going to be quick, but I know that with God's help, I'm going to make it. And I know that He still has good things for me. I don't know what they are, but I know He does, and I know He's working a plan for me in Dallas to be able to move somewhere else, um, closer to my mom and dad. Like I said last night, I've got some ideas kind of rolling around in my head, and mom and dad, and I have been talking over some things, and I'm trying to decide the best way to go, the best route to take. As I said last night, I would really love to own my own place. I mean, if I have to rent again, I can, but I would rather not. But God knows what's best. And His timetable is not my timetable. I want everything right now. Like I wish I lived by my mom and dad now. I was thinking today it would be so nice just to be able to go out my yard and look over and see their trailer and be like, hey, how y'all doing over there? And know they're next door if I need them, and know that I'm next door if they need me. But God is not always a right now God. He's an on time God, but He's not always a right now God. And what I'm walking through right now, there's not a right now answer for. It's I'm going to be with you right now and I'm going to help you through this, but you're not going to come through it quickly. Not all of this, I'm not, but that's okay because I want to be where God wants me to be. And I know there's still something He has me to do or I wouldn't be here. So y'all just keep praying for me. Keep encouraging me and sending me scriptures and songs and things of that nature. I appreciate it so much. And keep your ears open if you hear of anything available that me and Dallas could possibly move into. Just let us know. I'd appreciate it. You can either let me know or my mom know. You can just inbox us privately if you want to. Or if you have one of our phone numbers, you can give us a call. Because her and Daddy are trying their best to help me out. So, y'all have a good weekend. I know it's Labor Day weekend. Y'all be careful. Be safe. Be smart. Don't drink and drive. And wear your seatbelts. But anyway, I'm not sure what I'm going to do this weekend other than I may go to my mom and daddy's tomorrow, and I know I'll go to church Sunday. Other than that, I don't have much planned. And then I go back to work Tuesday. So y'all be praying with me about that too. I know that'll probably help me out some. I'm kind of concerned about leaving Dallas all day long for that long. So that would be another good thing about living by my parents is they would be there close by to kind of help out with him. But God knows all that, and all this that I'm facing right now, God knew it was coming. I didn't. Not at all. I did not see it going this way. And I still think back to the month I stayed at his bedside in the hospital. And I fully expected him to, be able to recover fairly well and come back home with me. And, we would go on from there. But it didn't work out that way. And it's a hard pill to swallow. But I'm doing my best. So y'all just keep praying for us. And just doing what you're doing. But I love y'all. I'm still believing in what I know, not what I see or hear. # Waldo Warriors. Our t-shirts, those of you that bought t-shirts, should be ready by sometime. I think she said next week. She had a problem with the vinyl. The company sent the wrong vinyl. They sent white instead of blue. So she had to send it back. They have to wait till they get it back, and then once they get it back and everything, then they send her the correct vinyl. So she said as soon as she gets it in her hands, she'll get to work on the shirts. And she apologized for the delay, but I told it's no big deal. Those things happen. And right now with COVID, everything is just so slow as far as mail and everything. So anyway, I'm going to go. Probably be back tomorrow sometime. Y'all just keep praying for me. And I thank y'all for listening, for staying with me, and for not thinking I'm crazy. So y'all have a good night's sleep, okay? Good night.